Hey everybody, it's Miranda with Simply Noteful. Thank you so much for watching. Today I'm doing another Plan With Me video, and I thought it would be fun to set up a classic bullet journal layout that's perfect for starting a new year. I know if you've already bought a new planner, it's so hard to wait until January to actually start using it. So this is a great way to get a little head start by setting up some of your trackers now and getting your planner ready for next year. Like I said, this layout is a bullet journal classic. It's the year in pixels. Honestly, is it even a bullet journal if you don't have one of these pages? I thought it would be fun to recreate it in my digital planner. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not always great at keeping up with it all year. I usually start out really motivated and then a month or two goes by and I kind of forget about it. But this year I'm determined to do better. What I love about this type of tracker is how it helps you actually see your patterns. If you start noticing that you have a lot of tired or frustrated days, that might be a good indication that something in your life needs a small adjustment. I also thought it might be fun to make this page a little more personal. Instead of just tracking your moods, you could also add your favorite picture from every month. That way, it's not only functional, but also it's just really fun to look at. I've also been thinking about using this page for more than just moods, like maybe turning it into a goal tracker. At the beginning of every year, I always make a big list of goals. Exercise more, eat better, get more sleep. But honestly, I maybe stick with those for a month before I give up and I just feel like a total failure. So this year, I wanted to try something new. I thought it might be fun to use this page as a place to set goals. I think the reason I fail every year is because I try to make too many changes all at once. So instead, I could use this space to set one goal I really want to focus on for the month, and then see how it affects my moods. For example, in January, I might focus on exercising, and then in February, I could work on getting 8 hours of sleep. Well, or at least 7, which would already be a big win for me. It would be really interesting to see how those small changes affect my mood over time. You could also tie it into an exercise tracker or a food journal really nicely. I'm still figuring out how exactly I want to use mine, so if you have any ideas, definitely share them in the comments. I love hearing what's working for you guys. And just in case you're wondering, I'm using my 2026 digital bullet journal, which is available in my Etsy shop. If you want to see all the different layouts that it comes with, I made a full video that's here on YouTube that walks you through every page. And if creating layouts isn't really your thing, I also have this one available in both a Noteful version and a PNG version. So you can just grab it from my Etsy shop and drop it right into your planner. All right, let's go ahead and recreate this year in pixels layout together. All right, so I'm just gonna flip over to a new page. Now I am using the grid paper from my digital bullet journal. I love using grid paper when I'm putting these kind of spreads together because it just makes it easier to figure out the spacing. But if you don't like how it looks with the grid paper behind it, once you're all done with your layout, you can just copy everything and paste it onto a blank page. And I will show you how to do that when we're done here, but it will look really nice. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add these numbers that are going down the side here. So that's really easy to do because we want those numbers vertically. So I'm just going to tap on my font and then, or my text tool, and then I'm going to tap here just to look at my font styles. Now I already have one set up that I want to use. I like using this Minimalist Sans for numbers, so I'm just going to make sure I have that star selected so it is my default font, and then I am just going to start typing numbers. So I can just do 2, enter, 3, enter, 4, enter, because I can use, this line height adjuster here to adjust the spacing between those numbers so it fits perfectly in my grid here. So I'm not gonna make you watch me draw all of those. Let's see, so I already have some things saved here, so we'll just use it. So I'm just gonna paste it here. All right, perfect. And it doesn't have to be perfectly in place right now because we'll probably adjust everything in a minute. So the next thing I want to do is I want to draw this grid to track our moods in. So I'm going to grab my pen tool again and just draw a square. And then I am going to move that square, if I can grab it, into place. All right. So I want it to be 31 rows down and then 12 across. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. I'm going to move this a little bit. Oh. Okay, just so it's a little bit better. Okay, and now I want to start drawing those vertical lines down. So I'm just going to grab my pen tool and draw a line. Now the line doesn't have to be perfect. You can see when I hold down on that, it'll straighten out my line. And so I'm just going to adjust it a little bit, make it fit a little bit better. All right, and then I'm going to copy that line and paste it. Okay, I'm going to do this a few times. And I know this is not a perfect line. I should have made it a little bit longer, but that's okay. Hopefully you're getting the point of what we're doing here. So now I'm just going to copy those lines and paste them so I don't have to keep doing it line by line. All right. Great. All right, looks pretty good. Just one extra. All right, and now we want to start drawing those lines across. So I'm going to grab my pen tool and draw a line across. And then I'm going to grab my lasso and copy it and paste it. Okay. And this takes a little bit of time to set up, but once you have it set up, oh, I guess actually this one you would just use all year, so you wouldn't even need to reuse it. All right, we'll do one more. And honestly, take your time and make it look a lot better than this. So now I'm going to copy those lines and paste them, and then just kind of move them into place here. All right. Oh my gosh, they are so off. Oh, that's okay. All right. Almost done. I always make these videos so long though, so I'm trying to go a little bit quicker. Okay, obviously make it look a lot better than this, but let's move on. All right, so now we want to add these months up here. So you're gonna do that the same way. You're just gonna tap on your text tool and I'm gonna turn caps on and just start typing out my months. And then I can hit return and then February, return, March, okay. So because we're doing these vertically again, we don't have to do individual text boxes. We can just adjust the line height. So I'm going to delete that. I'm just going to grab the one I already have typed here and I'm going to paste it. Oops. All right. So now if I tap on it again, I can resize it. And I'm just going to use this little bar down here to turn it to its side. And then I am going to put it over here. So now I need to use this line height to adjust it a little bit just so it fits better above these boxes. So you can use the slider or you can use this plus and minus button. That looks pretty good. We're gonna go with it. Okay, so next let's add these boxes. So again, I'm gonna grab my pen tool, I'm gonna draw a square, and I am going to move that down here to the bottom. Now this one, I wanted it to be 8 tall. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 6 across. 3, 4. All right, looks good. Okay, and then I'm gonna duplicate this shape and I am going to, if I can grab it, hit style, and I'm gonna turn it into a solid filled shape. And then I am going to just resize it so it fits down here. And I just want it to be 1 grid high. All right. Oh, and I'm going to actually turn off the, I'm going to turn the corner radius down to 0 because I don't want it to have rounded corners. All right, that looks pretty good. Once I have it perfectly in place, I am going to group it. Oh, and actually, I want to group this too. All right, so I'm going to group that together. Okay. And then I'm going to copy this and paste it. So now we're going to move those into position. And once I have 3 of them on here, I'm going to copy them again and paste them. And we're going to go 4 up, just so we have 12 months. All right, looks good. All right, The next thing we're going to do is add this title here. Now you can make it say whatever you want it to say. If you decide to use these boxes to track your goals, you can have it say monthly goals or whatever you want. I'm going to keep it with just the favorite picture of the month, but you can definitely, that's the benefit of creating these spreads yourself, is you can adjust them to whatever you want them to be, whatever works for you. So right here, I'm just going to write favorite picture. Oops. Okay, of the month. Okay, oh my gosh, I have such a hard time typing at this angle. Okay, so now I'm going to change this font. I think the font I used was Starlight, and then I'm going to resize it. Oh, favorite is all capitalized. Let's fix that. Okay, there we go. That looks better. All right, I'm going to resize it, make it whatever size I think looks good, and then put it right here. And then the next thing we're going to do is draw this little box where we can put our, I used emojis for my mood tracker, but you definitely don't have to. You could just use squares or circles, whatever you want. I just thought these little faces looked cute. And I think they got them off of a website that's called Free Icons. So they had a ton of different ones you can use. So I'm going to grab my pen tool and draw another box, and then I'm going to move it wherever I want it. And I think I did it 4 high and about 10 wide. That looks pretty good. Okay, and then I'm just going to duplicate that and then tap on the style, make it a solid filled shape, and then change the size of that one just to add my second box there. Okay. All right, now I'm just going to grab these emojis here and paste them into this box. Oops. Okay. All right, when I get them to fit perfectly, now I just need to add my moods here, and I can make my moods whatever I want. I already have this kind of typed out, so I'm going to copy it and then paste it here. Now again, I'm just going to turn them to the side, and I am going to change the justification because I want it to line up against this top line here. And then I'm going to use my line height to adjust that just so it fits under these little faces a little bit better. All right, that looks pretty good. I think we'll go with it. All right, we're almost done, and now we just need to add our title. So since I want to use the same font, I am just going to duplicate that and move it up here. And I'm going to type in year in pixels. All right, and then I'm going to adjust the size till I like it. That looks pretty good. Now you can go ahead and adjust all of this. You can put a title in there and just make it white. And now, since this is all grouped together, you can just move it wherever you want. I like to have it up a little bit higher just because I like to put a quote or put a sticker or something down here. And I was thinking it would even be fun just to redecorate this every month just with whatever my monthly theme is, since this is a page that I have to use throughout the year. Maybe that would keep it a little more exciting. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, just have fun recreating this. It does take a little bit of time, but it's just shapes and fonts, so you definitely can do it. But if you decide to buy it from my Etsy shop, this is what you're going to get. So you'll get a Noteful version and a PNG version. So you'll get the year in pixels, and you'll get it with everything already filled out. You'll also get a copy of, or a version that just comes like this, where it doesn't have any text on it, so you can add your own text. So if you do buy it, you'll get a zipped folder, but when you unzip it, it'll look just like this. So if I wanted to upload the Noteful version, I would just tap on this, hit this little arrow, and then upload it to Noteful. There are 2 pages, so just be aware of that. If I wanted to use the PNG version, I use them like stickers. So I would just tap on this and hold it, then hit copy, and then I could just, I'm going to delete this really quick. I can just paste it here just like a sticker and resize it. The good thing about the Noteful version, if you're using Noteful, is it's already sized for you. So you can just copy it and paste it into your planner. So anyway, I hope that this video gives you some good ideas and it just helps you have a lot of fun using your planner. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.